Hey, gosh, it's been a while since I've done one of these. You'll notice, I don't know if you will or not, but I noticed that I'm not spending as much time on them on this one because there's like three of these that I'm supposed to do this week, and it's Thursday. So I'm just trying to get it done like that, get it done. So hopefully I have enough content that's useful to you, and I got this one done. So hooray me! Anyway, so this lovely thing is Myrtus communis, or the dwarf myrtle from the Myrtales. I just looked at that. It's a really cool family. They have these showy stamens, very showy. Um, Eucalyptus is in that family and some other really super cool plants. I don't know this plant. I've not seen it anywhere that I've been like, oh yeah, there's dwarf myrtle. But I would like to now that I see, oops, it's going to get a little noisy. I'm going to try to stay focused, that I see these really lovely small flowers, covered with these small flowers that I believe are fragrant. Yes, white fragrant flowers, 3/4 inch. Many showy stamen. They bloom in the summer, followed by these blackish, bluish, blackish berries. Kind of cool looking. And there is a branch. So it has these lanceolate leaves, sort of like spear shaped. I mean, not really spear shaped, but they're not really so round, more kind of pokey. There we go, with a pokey tip. So they're a little pokey looking, but not pokey feeling would be my guess. Lots and lots of different cultivars of this. So the size and the foliage apparently varies quite substantially. It did say that they need very good drainage. So this would make a really great hedge, a shrub, you know, like a screen kind of thing like that. It needs little to moderate water. Sorry. I'm just going to ignore that. I don't know if you just heard the explosion. It's just a bunch of children coming in the house. There, you can see them in the mirror. I can see them right there. The one with the really long blonde hair is mine. Anyway. Okay, so zones 8 through 24. I think Pasadena is like 22, something like that. Needs really good drainage. So if you don't have drainage, these are not going to do well. So probably more sandy soil would be good. 5 to 6 feet tall, 4 to 5 feet wide. But it does say 15 by 20 as an elder bush. So I'm not sure if that's just a matter of pruning or what. It didn't mention that. So if you were going to suggest this in a landscape, you'd probably want to find that out. I think they did say that it was slow growing. So it's not going to get that big, maybe ever. I don't know. But maybe not for a while. Okie doke, moving right along. Welcome to my chaotic life. Here we go. Oops. I did just post those. So those are all now, all of these plant profiles are on the list, the magical, wonderful list. So next we have heavenly bamboo. Like, where did it get that name? I mean, it's fine. It's not like bad, but heavenly, and it's not even a bamboo. It has nothing to do with bamboo. Whoever makes up these common names I don't know what they are. It's funny because I have this growing in the backyard. It was here when we moved in. I don't dislike the plant. You might think I do right now, but I don't. But they don't look like this at all. They're just kind of a mess, really. They're just like a big, huge bush full of leaves. That's very articulate, Professor. Nice work. But we don't see the stem anymore. I think because it said that they sent up little root sprouts, and then it gets more filled in. So it's like kind of almost a topiary. Like, I just try to keep cutting it back because otherwise it just grows out over all the things that I like to grow for my flowers. So sacred bamboo or heavenly bamboo. So you can see on here it's got those red berries. And I don't know that I've even seen those red berries. And we have, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 of these. It did say that if you have a big, long hedge of these, that you will get berries. But if you have individual plants, you probably will not. I wonder, though, if it may also be a factor of climate. That might have something to do with it, too. Because as I was looking for pictures of this, I saw the berries in the snow. So snow-covered berries. So, you know, and they also mentioned that this beautiful, beautiful scarlet red color comes out when it's cold. So it might just be that it's not cold enough here. I don't know. Maybe you do. If you do, make a note. There we go. There's some of those berries. No snow here, though. It looks like, yeah, I can really tell the weather from a photograph. Anyway, that's my hypothesis. It's not a proven hypothesis. It's just an educated guess. So you can also see here this, I don't know where this leaf even connects to the stem, but this whole thing, I think it's called a rachis, is the leaf, and these are the leaflets, right? So let's see, I think the first picture, which was you can kind of see it on here too, it's the apical leaf, like in a 3 bundle right there, and then more of them along the stem. I loved that Sunset said that it makes good bouquet filler, because I already knew that, but it's kind of nice to have my little flower passion get a pat on the back from Sunset Western Garden Book. Here you go, 1 leaf right there. Because if you were to really check this out, oh, I am so lying about that. What? Okay, just kidding. 1 leaf. The whole thing right here is a leaf, okay? Because the bud apex is right here. So where this would connect, I wish I had a picture of this for you, and I apologize that I don't. Where this connects to the branch, you're going to see, like, sometimes there's even little stipules underneath. I don't know for this guy, but there are things that if you were looking at it, you would be able to tell that this was where a leaf was growing from, not any of the things along here. Although these look a little bumpy. Sometimes there's a little swelling, but that's not what that is. These are all leaflets. This whole thing is a leaf. Anyway, don't take my word for it. Google it yourself. And then el último. Did I even say the name of that plant? Nerium Oleander. This was a surprise to me that it's in the ranunculales, whatever. Try to say that 10 times fast. The family is Berberidaceae, berberis. I think somebody else had Japanese barberry, also in the same family, and similar looking fruits, but really different looking foliage. So next on the list is this is a wild family, the Apocynaceae family. That's the dog bane family. Bane usually means poisons. I love these kind of plants. I've never poisoned anyone, just in case you were wondering. So oleander, and oleander gets a really bad rap, I think justifiably so, because it's like freeway landscaping. I mean, they used to just plant these everywhere along the freeways. And then every once in a while, especially if you're a person like me and you like to go foraging, you'd hear of a family that's dead because they like made hot dog sticks out of oleander, or like burned oleander in the fire and then had such severe lung irritation that they needed to be hospitalized, or all kinds of stuff like that. So it's a cool plant. It's super low maintenance. It looks really nice most of the year, and then in the spring, I think late spring, it makes these really beautiful flowers that are fragrant. I mean, they're very pretty. And this is typical Apocynaceae flower, that it has kind of a pinwheel. It looks sort of pinwheely. Take my word for it, right? Isn't that pinwheely? Sure it is. 5 flowered, 5 maris flower. Look the colors. This is a nice one. Sometimes I see oleanders around, and bougainvillea too, that like, oh, that's a really amazing color morph. Otherwise, you know, there's very, very, very common ones. It's a great shrub though. I mean, it looks like this most of the year. The leaves are quite attractive. And then in the spring it gets these beautiful flowers. So how big does it get? I think there's a lot of different cultivars of this too. Some with double petaled flowers, which always get a rise from me, like, oh, more petals. Petals make me weak. Swoon from the petals. The flower clusters are at the stem apex. What else? Lots of different colors there. Moderate to fast growing shrub. So it's a great thing, like if you need a quick screen for something, or a hedge, or you can also turn it into a tree, although there's plenty of other trees you could plant. Why plant a super poisonous one? Unless you want to poison people. 3 to 20 feet high. That's a range, but it depends on the variety. 4 to 12 feet wide. It's a Mediterranean plant, so it's no surprise that it does well here. In fact, something that I keep trying to fit in the module somewhere is biogeographical profiling. If you're listening right now, this is a good tip. And I can't find a good website or anything online about this, but this is like a Shaktipat, like the transmission of good energy from my guru to you. Not really my guru, my permaculture mentor. He's not a guru in any way, shape, or form. But he would talk about biogeographical profiling. So if you want to find plants that are going to do well here in this California floristic province, look to other parts of the world that have really similar precipitation and weather patterns. It's not just precipitation. It's also like seasonal rain, when the rains come and all that kind of stuff. So there's like, I think 3 or 4 other parts. The Mediterranean, of course, is one of them. It's why so many Mediterranean plants do quite well here, because we have very, very similar biogeographical profiles. Now, here we go. It is extremely poisonous, as are a whole bunch of plants in the dogbane family, in the gentian order. I don't know a whole lot about that order. But I'm a fan of the weird poisonous things. So yes, indeed. Oh, I almost forgot to mention this. There is a pathogen, it's called leaf scorch, which I think is a bacterial pathogen or a fungal pathogen, but it's spread by a new insect called the glossy winged sharpshooter, which sounds more like a Western character in a book or something, but it's an insect that's not from here, but it's now spreading here, and as it spreads, it's also causing rapid decline of these freeway landscaped oleanders all over the place. So they get leaf scorched, and then they just fail. Anyway, so be warned. They say you can cut out the infected parts and then like disinfect your tools, and I mean nobody does that. That's the problem. So once it gets the leaf scorch, it's really hard to save it. So if you wanted to poison your neighbors with oleander, there's probably other things you'd have to choose now. Okay, that's it for me for now. Bye.